Hello, welcome in everybody. How's it going? Hope you're all doing well out there. Jace, Ginger, Vulcan, Shantae, welcome in everybody. Good to see you. And yes, happy early birthday. A week and a day. We won't be streaming on your birthday, but I will try to wish you a closer happy birthday when it comes to it next week. What's up, Boot Hill? Welcome in. So, today is business day. We are going to finish 2.0. This, I swear. The stream may be shorter than usual because I'm getting a late start, but I do have stuff I gotta do later after stream, so I can't go late to make up for it. But we'll be done with this, and then Friday we can finally go back to God of War. Man, how long is it? It's been like a month since we've played God of War. It's crazy. Alright. Anyway, do a bit of Monday Moonbase, but it's not Monday. I considered it. I mean, when I was playing this on Monday, I thought about doing it, but then I realized, it would be disruptive to people trying to watch the story if I stopped to take calls in the middle. But I do want to get back into that. If Pug shows I have another vid for them, I'll share in Discord. Ooh, intriguing. What's up, Tiago? Welcome in. Woundbase Wednesday. Yeah, we'll just come up with new ones for every single day of the week. Alright, so that should be good. Should be set. And here we go. The final bit. Because as I understand it, or as I was told,
Wise, you're back.
we're like 70% of the way done.
Well?
We've encountered some difficulties, but don't worry, Shifu. With everyone's help, I'm sure we'll find a way to deal with the Exaltists.
I'm kind of surprised it's been such a straightforward story for this patch. It's just kind of like everybody needs money, and, corporate greed is shitty. And here we go.
And Bell is trying to decrypt the flash drive they left behind. It might give us something useful.
Gotta do some serious Genshin catch-up, so by the time I'm done with that, can catch up with ZZZ. But I don't mind spoilers anymore, as Genshin is gonna take me a while, and I will forget ZZZ's story by the time I play. How far back are you in Genshin?
Good. Although I still haven't spent much time with you two, I feel like I can trust you with this. Now I can finally rest easy.
Shifu, are you alright? You don't quite seem like yourself. Did something happen in the Hollow? Were you affected by the miasma?
No, I'm fine. But there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Only started Sumeru years ago. Well, that's gonna be a lot of ketchup for you. Hope you like tomatoes, cause you're gonna be knee deep in ketchup. Packing to go on a vacation with my family before I go to Anime Expo by myself, and my biggest issue is packing the Funko Pops I'm bringing to get signed. Yeah, that's a tough one. I was lucky that the first con that I had to do was in my home state, so I could just drive to it. I can't imagine being able to carry all the stuff that I need to take when it's like an actual, something I have to travel by plane. Are you getting the boxes signed, or are you getting the figures themselves signed? Because if it's just the boxes, you could always take the Funkos out, flatten the boxes, bring them that way. Not the ketchup joke, we call it sauce. Well, that's just wrong. Wait, what do you call it? Do you call it tomato sauce, or... Because tomato sauce is a whole different thing. That's like what you put on spaghetti.
Wise, when you were corrupted by miasma, did anything strange happen to you?
Well, if you call that
Like,
tomato sauce, then what do
seeing
you
something
call
from the
the
past?
stuff you put on spaghetti?
Now that you mention it, yes, I saw bits and pieces from the past.
We also call that tomato sauce. Incredible. Australia truly is the future.
In the miasma, I think I saw a memory of the time we lived with Teacher when Helios Academy still existed. She was gently calling my name.
Howdy, howdy,
She
howdy,
was waiting
egg.
for me to go find her.
Welcome in. How's it going? You doing good? You doing alright out there? You keeping it eggy?
Everything was so warm and peaceful. It was like a long-forgotten dream.
We can discern by the context of the conversation, like we need some tomato sauce for the spaghetti. Okay, right, but... Wait, for the pie? What the fuck are you talking about for a pie? What pie are you putting ketchup on? Also, no, like when you're... If somebody was like, I'm going to the store... do you need anything? And you said tomato sauce. How would they know which one? You have to say every time tomato sauce for spaghetti. Pretty good. Back to playing my old addiction. And what's that? What's your old addiction? I feel like I know the answer, but I can't come up with it. Still think she's a sheep. She could be really any hoofed, horned animal. She could be a sheep. We have tomato sauce on meat pies. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say like a fucking cherry pie or something, and I was like, that's heinous. Like that Brazilian pizza that had like bubble gum and bananas or some shit. Yo, what's up, Watts? Welcome in. Or I mean, hello, Gov. What's all this then? A couple days ago, my dad made me make him a quesadilla with cheese and leftover spaghetti sauce. I mean, that seems like it would be pretty good. That's just like a grilled cheese with tomato soup, but like in a slightly different form. Fallout 76. Ooh. I never got into that. Is it good now? I just remember everybody shitting on it when it came out. Lionfield not approved. No, that would be gross. I mean, look, Vegemite is also gross, but you eat that. Thank you, because if you didn't say hello, Gov, I wouldn't have known what you said. Well, that's why I said it, you know. I want everyone to feel welcome here, and if that means having to translate into British, then it's what I have to do, I guess. It's good now, plenty of content to keep you busy. Would need someone holding your hand for the beginning of it. Okay. It is intriguing to me. I mean, I like the idea of being in Appalachia. See, that mind's eye came out in its ass. Yeah, I did. I literally never heard of this until just a few days ago, and everyone was like, this game is total garbage. And I'm like, okay. Why is everyone talking about it? Like, because I literally did not know it existed. Were people like looking forward to it?
So it was a pleasant memory?
I also heard a strange voice. It felt like it was trying to pull me deeper into the hollow.
I don't like drinking coffee through a straw. It feels weird. But
it wasn't my teacher. It was someone watching me from inside the hollow.
Wait, what's Mind's Eye? It's just a bad video game. Only found out about it from a TikTok ad, and I could smell that bullshit from a mile away. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in general, if you're getting an ad for something on TikTok, it's probably not good. But that could just be my bias. I don't go on TikTok, so... I've actually been getting into Black Beacon. I don't need more gacha, but here I am. I don't know what that is.
I couldn't make sense of what was happening, because I was wrapped up in that warm illusion.
We made breakfast for dinner, and got into black bacon a little bit because I overcooked it slightly. But it's hard to tell when candied bacon is done. You know, because it's got the coating on it. I pulled it out the first time and it was still so limp in the middle. I was like, that's going to poison us if we don't cook it more.
When you woke me up, I even felt a little frustrated.
The fuck is candied
disappointed.
bacon? Delicious is what it is. You take orange juice, garlic powder, black pepper, and I use a little cayenne pepper to make it a little spicy. And you mix it all together. You coat the bacon with it, and then bake it in the oven. And it gets this nice caramelized, kind of sweet and salty flavor. It's incredible. You see, that might kill me. But you die happy. You know?
It felt like I'd been forced out of a sweet dream.
I think the last candied bacon I made was nothing like that at all. Well, I mean, the Australian version might be like, you know, Vegemite and cornflakes or something. I feel my heart dying. I will say it is something that you can feel yourself getting worse as you eat it. Like I had like 3 or 4 pieces of it, and you know, the first piece you're just like, oh my god, it's so good. Second piece you're like, oh, it's so good. By the third piece you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel it. The fourth piece is too much. I had 4 and I like just sat there being like, blend the crap out of it and you got yummy homemade bacon bits for potato boats. It would be pretty good. It would be good in potato skins. I swear I asked you the recipe and I followed the wrong one. I mean, I only have the one recipe, so if it's the picture of the cookbook I sent, then that, I don't know how you would have followed it wrong. I can't judge. I like dipping fries in ice cream. Yeah, that's a classic here as well. I don't particularly go for it, but you know, it's a favorite of a lot of people.
Teacher,
Welcome in, Pugs. I see you there.
They felt so
With
close,
your ew.
like I could reach out and touch them.
What else did you see?
The moment you touched me, I saw a strange image. You were talking to a seriously injured person. That person looked a lot like you.
You saw it.
The Brits hate ice cream and fries, but I picked it up when I went to the States as a kid and never looked back. Well, if there's anything that America's influence is good for, it's that. Going to a place and being like, this is terrible for me, and then keeping it up. Raise this up a little bit. Hello, my fellow normies. Nice try, Gooner. We know you.
That was a fragment of my memory.
Wendy's is on top. I don't really like Wendy's. I mean, I know the Frosty is what everybody likes to dip their fries in, but Culver's is the best. Because if you get the kids meal, it's the same as an adult-sized burger, but you also get free ice cream with it. Reminds me of weed edibles. 10 minutes in, you're good. 20 minutes in, you're good. 30 minutes, and you start to feel it. 40, and you're cooked. Yeah, that's definitely the vibe. I mean, honestly, that bacon has tired me out. Like when I'm doing the 24-hour stream, it's gonna be rough, you know. Like I gotta find specific foods that aren't gonna make me tired. I don't know what that would be, but maybe I'll just eat a lot of cereal. It's fries for me. Wendy's are so good. If you can get fresh McDonald's fries, I feel like those are like kind of the best. But yeah, it's I don't know. I haven't been to Wendy's in a while.
A fragment of your memory? Shifu, can you explain?
I've encountered miasma and those it had corrupted a long time ago.
Five Guys always has my back and my wallet. Yo, Egg, if you want, because I personally, like, I like Five Guys, but it's so fucking expensive I never go there. The main thing that I was missing from Five Guys was their fries, right? The Cajun fries. So I found you can buy the exact same Cajun seasoning that they put on their fries on Amazon. So, like, I got, like, a thing, like, that big for, like, $8. And now I can have their fries anytime I want for a fraction of the cost. Wishing Culver's is franchised here. Sadly, it's US only. Yeah. Yeah, Culver's is one of those things, like, when people come to the US, I'm like, that's the one you gotta try. Might need to send me a link for that. Hell yeah. Just send me a DM real quick on Discord, if you will, so I can remember to do that. How can Five Guys run all those restaurants? You're telling me Five Guys made this burger? Never had Five Guys. I'm loyal to In-N-Out. I do like In-N-Out. They don't do anything the best, but they're quite cheap and quite consistently good. I like their animal fries.
They described it similarly, saying they saw beautiful memories from their past. Some even refused to leave the miasma. Over time, those memories twisted into exaggerated dreams, too sweet to let go. Little by little, they were consumed by the dreams and gradually lost themselves, until they became completely corrupted.
Isn't that what the villain from Persona 5 Royal wanted to do?
I see. No wonder you suspected miasma the moment you heard the medicine was causing hallucinations. That's why when you saw me in that state, you immediately cleared the miasma and brought me to my senses.
That's right. I too was corrupted by miasma then. But there was something different between our experiences. The miasma never showed me warm illusions, only the coldest, cruelest memories.
Cruel memories? Are they what I saw?
Yixuan falls silent for a moment as if avoiding the question.
Wise, do you still remember what I told you? Many of the workers in the Waifei Peninsula were once rescued by Yonghui Summit during the fall of the old capital. But after that, Yonghui Summit abandoned Suibian Temple in Waifei Peninsula and never looked back since. So all of this is the result of our mistake that we made back then.
What do you mean?
When the old capital fell, Yonghui Summit was summoned to assist the military's operations. The mission was a failure, costing the lives of almost all the 12th generation disciples. The only person to come back from Hollow Zero alive was me.
Damn.
As a result, Yonghui Summit nearly lost
Sounds
its
like 12th
heritage
generation
and
was
Top
full of
suffered
punks.
major financial losses. Even though Yijiang died, she was still held accountable for her leadership. In the end, Tops reached an agreement with us. Yonghui Summit withdrew from Waifei Peninsula. Tops took over the area to mine porcelain and to manage resettling the refugees.
So the person I saw in that memory was...
Yes, she was Yijiang, our former High Preceptor.
Yixuan pauses for a moment just as she's about to continue her story. A sudden commotion erupts outside Suibian Temple.
Shifu, something's going on outside.
I don't want to cry. Well, buckle up.
Let's go check it out. As for the rest of the story, it'll have to wait until we
I
get
think
back.
this is the part of the quest that Vera was voicing in. She said there were people on Twitter who were like, "You made me cry." Nobody is saying help.
This is bad. Their corruption's flaring up.
Yo, what up? It hurts. Every bone in my body hurts. My corruption, why did it suddenly get worse? Ah, Dr. Lore. What a bastard. Alright. Gotta remember that. Press quad name equals $G4 material equals 1. It's a good tip. Alright, so just... That one's pretty simple.
Your corruption is still worsening.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Yizhuan. Alright. Hit the 3, then hit the 4. Easy.
There are more and more.
Oh
of
my
them.
god. There are more and more of them, and they also all spawned in all at once. How did this happen? Everybody's getting sick and, like, what? Just fucking riots happened? What's... Dr. Yizhuan on the case. Alright. Is this that Ligma I hear so much about? Colonel, tell me about this Ligma. Well, Snake, it's Ligma balls.
More people are having corruption flare-ups. We can't possibly help all of them. If we don't act fast.
Yeah, especially since I'm the only one doing anything.
So this is what it's come to. Our last resort. Everyone, come closer. I know how to handle the ether.
Please, give me as much money as you can.
Take these marks, go in different directions, and place ether resonance seals. Once you're set, I'll use ether resonance to neutralize the excess ether. It should let me know when you're all set. Understood?
Understood.
Great. Let's get moving.
Oh. The Guan Yun position.
I'm all set, Shifu.
I'm ready too.
Gets better from here. Alright.
I'm ready, Shifu.
I'm in position too.
This array is dangerous. If anything goes wrong, the consequences would be unthinkable. Okay. Where the mind flows, all things become clear, untainted and unstained. Filth be cleansed.
Everyone, get ready.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Formation.
Do you have to climb onto the very top? Couldn't you have just done that from, like,
Formless
next
air
to it?
gathers. Corruption is purged.
What if they all just dissolved? Like they all just got Thanos'd. Just like, if anything goes wrong, it could have terrible consequences. And then they're all just like... Reverse spirit bomb?
My child. You're okay. The corruption has subsided.
Shifu!
The thing that's wild about that is
We did it! Thanks to Shifu, all that ether in the city's finally cleared up.
people have been living and working under this terrible corporation that's been exploiting them because they need the medicine. And she theoretically could have just done this for all of them, like, at any time. Like, she didn't have to do it all at once if she just did, like, one person every day, you know? Okay, but can she cure cancer? I mean, maybe. We don't know what kind of strange medicines they have here.
And those folks suffering from corruption are going to be okay too. Shifu, you're amazing.
I never knew Yunque's summit had such powerful techniques.
I've got to ask Shifu to teach it to me later. Pretty please.
Might get tiring doing it every day.
I'll train hard and practice every day.
I mean, that seemed like it was fairly tiring by itself. Also, yeah, why doesn't anybody else who lives and works at this temple know how to do anything? Like, what are they all training for?
Huh? Shifu!
Shifu, are you okay?
Did any of you out there read the young adult book series, The Five Warriors? I think it was called that. But it was the story of like five brothers in China who, it was like a kung fu based thing. They all had their various power. They didn't have powers, but they all had their kung fu style, and they were all doing the like animal based kung fu, you know? So like each book followed one of them. So one was like monkey, one was like dragon, that kind of thing. It was a pretty good series. Every time I go into my homepage in ZZZ, I see this magnificent wolf. Talking about the new Shadow the Hedgehog one, or the Ninja Turtles? Nah, they all just use turtle style.
Are you okay? Shifu.
Turtle power.
I'm fine. Just a side effect from using that technique. If my condition worsens, follow Wise and continue tracking down the exaltists.
Wilkins heard the title but haven't read the series itself. It was a good one. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember enjoying it. They were short as hell, though. I remember... I mean, I read a lot. I read very fast, but, like, I remember we were doing errands, and in the time it took to do all the errands, I finished the book.
He may have joined later than the rest of you, but he's observant and knows more about the Hollow.
Like, I want to say there were like 150 pages or something.
Shifu, you should rest.
Yeah, leave the rest to us and Wise.
Go and help the remaining corruption victims first. Wise can take me back.
Okay, but how are we going to help them? You're the only one who can cure anybody.
I need to speak to him in private.
Talking about the name card in my homepage, Lycon. Ah, I see. Believe it was in one of my Sleepy Time podcasts when I was younger. It's wild to think that you were young enough that podcasts were a thing at the time. Like, podcasts weren't really a thing until I was already graduated from high school. Or like, they were a thing, but not one that people cared about as much as they do now.
Shifu, are you okay? Maybe we should get you to a doctor.
I absorbed the ether into my body with that technique. So, there are some side effects.
Hi, yes, I'm here for the Gooners Anonymous meeting. That's down the hall. We are all not anonymous here. We wear our goon on our sleeve, out and proud, which is why Pugs keeps getting in trouble, because Pugs keeps trying to hide it. I didn't say young, I said younger. Oh, I see. Huh?
Shifu, you'll be corrupted.
One of these days, you're gonna stop pretending that you don't know what I'm talking about.
Most techniques from Yunque's summit work this way. The stronger the spell, the greater the cost.
Leave Pugs alone. I just want pugs to live their life fully, fully realized, fully out and proud of who they are. Imagine I get 3 more Mindscape of Lycon and I just keep staring at him. Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do. What are we pretending? We are not pretending anything. Pugs is pretending not to know what I'm talking about. Alright, here we go. There you go. Welcome in, David. Good to see you. The most lowercase chug I've ever seen you do. Well, usually, you tilt it, but I can't do that with the straw. There's a reason I told Pugs that I found another vid. Fair enough. I live in the Nile. That's true. People from your part of the world do tend to be a little more resistant, but that's okay. We won't give up on you.
After all, saving lives has never been a trivial matter. When the miasma hit me earlier, I remembered that day again. The hollow expanded and the city fell. By the time I made it into the hollow, my seniors, they had all lost their lives during the operation. One by one, they sacrificed themselves in places no one will ever know. Their faces stained in blood. So much so, I could hardly recognize them. In the depths of the hollow, I found our High Preceptor. She was my older sister.
The former High Preceptor of Yunquay Summit was your sister?
Welcome in, Hud Blanco. Nice to see you.
Yes, she gave everything she had for that mission, and died right in front of me.
I feel like Lycon gives out daddy to me. I'll let you know right now, that is not just you. I feel like everybody who likes Lycon feels that way. I mean, you go ask Miss Val Kitty about it, and she goes nuts over Lycon. At the drop of a hat. What's up, Master Dwarf? Welcome in. Enjoy the lurk.
Shifu, are you alright?
Ever since I got hit by the miasma, those cold fragments of my memory, they won't stop coming back.
So that's what happened. No wonder you've been acting a little different.
During that hopeless mission, Yunquay Summit nearly lost its entire legacy, and I was the last surviving disciple of Yunquay Summit.
Yizhuan's body sways slightly as she speaks, her emotions visibly stirred.
I'm so sorry, Shifu, but you should rest for now.
Like Father.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Let's stop talking about the past for now.
Alright. Raido Kuzunoha remaster comes out tomorrow. I don't know what that is, but that's cool if that's something you want. Like, I can't just stop this feeling like, am I wrong upon this matter of mine? I mean, hey, that's a matter of opinion. You are totally free to want Lycon to be your dad. That's up to you. Stephen Fu's the lead in it. Shin Megami Tensei. Persona adjacent. Right. Okay. Yeah, I played SMT 5 on the Switch. But yeah, I had not heard of that. But good for Steven being in another thing. He is pretty much everywhere. It's cool and all, but I invited Ben to watch a movie with me, so I think I'm the winner today. Oh, shit. You can invite Ben to watch a movie? Bro, I want to do that. Let's have Shifu get some more rest. Side effects from her previous technique were pretty rough. What's more, when she was affected by the miasma... No, it's miasma. They're saying it wrong. Corruption earlier, it brought back some unpleasant memories. Looks like it's an emotional wound. Okay. Stop joking around. We need to put our heads together. He's not joking. It's not just Shifu. We think you're reliable and best suited to take charge too. Bro, Wise came in and immediately just like, you know, fucking decided everything. It really is main character syndrome. He came in and now he's the top disciple. Even though these people have been doing this like fucking years. What's up, Kenny? I think I forgot to say that earlier. But welcome in. Take Ben out on the movie date? I'll do that after for sure if we've got time. I feel like his first big role was in Street Fighter 6. Who does he play in Street Fighter 6? Wonder if Shiyuan is going to be an NPC or playable character. He looks like he would be playable. And that would make up the fourth person of the faction, right? Think Ben would like Christopher Nolan's Tenet? I fucking hate Christopher Nolan's Tenet, so I hope not. I feel like Ben would be more into comedy stuff, you know? Like most of his daily work is, you know, accounting and that kind of stuff. So I feel like he would want to watch something that he could kind of just relax to, you know? You know, like the timey-wimey movie. I thought it was bullshit. Just like I think of a lot of Christopher Nolan's movies. I think he gets by on... I still can't do it. I think he gets by on his style, and people don't question shit because they're like, oh, he's so cool and mysterious the way he makes these movies. Like, I thought Interstellar was good until the end, and then I thought it was shit. And similar to Tenet, like, if you think about the time stuff even a little bit, it's like, this is nonsense. This is garbage. It drove me crazy. Especially because Tenet barely made sense the way they used it. I don't know. I thought it was not a very good movie. Do you think Ben would like the B movie? I don't. I think he has good taste. He plays Jamie Hsu in Street Fighter 6. Oh yeah, that's the guy I like to play in Street Fighter. Jamie. He's cool. I wish he had a fireball, but you know. You're not wrong, I had to watch it twice. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, there are movies that you watch them twice because they're that good, and you can get a lot of stuff on a rewatch that you would miss the first time, but it's extra stuff that you get on the rewatch. Instead of watching, like, you know, something like Tenet, where you're like, that didn't make sense, and then you have to rewatch it. You know? I feel like Christopher Nolan's problem, he has a really good style, and he can make really good movies. But when it's anything related to time, he just can't stop himself, you know? Like, it feels like he always wants to be the guy to figure out, like, time travel plots, and he's just not good at it, you know? Like, I liked Inception, and I liked Dunkirk. I was okay with Oppenheimer. I feel like Oppenheimer was kind of I feel like they could have cut out a lot of Oppenheimer, to be honest. But, you know, these are movies that I think are pretty decent. But yeah, just so much of his shit is just like, you know, stoner gets high and thinks about time, you know. I think Ben may like the B movie for the actual lessons in it. Disagree. These emerald fluffy ears are perfect. What I had on for my belle. She feels like she's a part of the Thyron for my favorite male Thyrons. Emerald fluffy ears. Would Ben like Woody Allen? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of sense of humor Ben would have. I mean, Woody Allen made some really funny movies, so I would hope he would see the humor in it and enjoy it, but one of my favorite little gags for a Woody Allen movie was in Take the Money and Run. His parents are talking about how he used to be such a nice boy and whatever, and that he played the cello in marching band, which is like, so, you know, it's everybody marching down the street playing their instruments. He's got this big cello, so he, you know, walks a few steps, sets a chair down, sits down, plays, stands back up, picks up the chair, moves a few steps. It's super funny. Need to watch Take the Money and Run. Yeah, that's my favorite Woody Allen movie for sure. It's got so many funny bits in it. Like, is that, and you know, it's like he's just such a shitty bank robber. He's like terrible at it, but he keeps trying. So it's not as smart as Annie Hall, or just not as many philosophy references. I'd say it's a little more goofy than Annie Hall, yeah. It's more on the surface of that kind of humor, but I still think it's really funny. Like, you know, he goes in to rob a bank, and he slides a note to the teller that says, you know, I have a gun, right? It's like, put the money in the bag, I have a gun. And she reads it, and she's like, put the money in the bag, I have a gub? What's a gub? And he's like, no, it's a gun, I have a gun. Put the money in the bag, I have a gun. And she's like, no, it says gub. And he's like, I'm the one who wrote that. It's supposed to say gun. It's just, it looks a little weird. And she's like, hey, Frank, come here. Do you think this says gun or gub? And, you know, they just like 4 or 5 tellers start arguing about whether it says gun or gub. And he just gets so exasperated, he just like walks right back out of the bank and leaves. So I like it a lot. I think it's really funny.
Wise, we found Eric and told him about Paolo.
The idea of Woody Allen robbing a bank sounds hilarious. It is really funny because, like, he's, you know, he's just like this nerdy, you know, loser kind of guy, the Woody Allen type of character. But, like, he's constantly in these situations where he's trying to, like, shake people down or whatever because he needs money for his new baby or whatever. It's a pretty good movie.
We've all been deceived by the Exaltists.
Compensation.
Rumors are circulating. People are saying Porcelumix's medicine is faulty, and that their product caused the chaos in the city.
So it's not as bad as Libido? Not that I remember. I don't really remember it being focused on that in any part of it.
No one realizes that the Exaltists are behind it all. They think it's just another safety incident.
I knew it. The Exaltists are pinning everything on Porcelumix. Maybe they were the ones who tampered with the medicine that caused the original corruption incident as well. Eric, you're the head of the Union. Can you get them to tell everyone the truth?
No. The Union is beyond my control now. The members are riling people up and organizing protests. I contacted them earlier, but they just scoffed and hung up on me.
Bro, He is the weakest... He is the weakest Union head ever.
Seriously? You're doing a terrible job leading them.
Wow.
Something doesn't add up.
I didn't know she was just gonna straight up
What if
say
those
that.
members have always been Dr. Lore's subordinates? You're just their puppet. They're using you to get past Porcelumex's background check.
Yay, anti-union rhetoric. I think Disco Elysium pulled this too. I mean, there is... The thing is, it's a nuanced conversation, right? Like, there is an argument against unions to a degree that doesn't even come from a corporate standpoint, because you do give up control to some degree when you're in a union. And in the past, you know, unions did get extremely corrupt. They got the mafia involved. People were literally disappearing, and it, you know, swung back so far the other way that essentially unions became gangs. So then the cops kind of shut down the unions. So, like, there are reasons not to have, like, not to just be like, oh, unions are the best, they're always the best. However, in the modern era, where corporations will literally just take you for everything you're worth and leave you with nothing, unions are still the best option, even if they're not a great option, you know? But, yeah. There's room to criticize unions, is what I would say. Like, you know, I don't know. Anything that is a truly good movement should also be open to criticism. Because when you shut down criticism of a thing, then you're admitting that there's something wrong that you don't want anybody to know, and that, you know, it's the same thing that's happening in our political system at the moment. It's like, if you criticize, then you're the enemy, right? But that's not how things should work. That's not how progress happens, you know? Oh, from the old days? Yeah. If you guys like mafia stories and you have 4 hours to spare to watch a movie, The Irishman is actually really interesting because it kind of goes into that, where, you know, I don't know, you guys might be too young to know about Jimmy Hoffa at all, but Jimmy Hoffa was this big union guy. He organized unions, you know, kind of all across the nation, but specifically in New York, New Jersey, places like that. And he was like this really big figure. He disappeared one day. Nobody knew what happened to him. It was always speculated that maybe the mafia killed him, or, you know, he disappeared for one reason or another, went into witness protection, and that sort of stuff. Well, The Irishman is a true story, supposedly. I mean, we have no way of verifying most of this info. From a mafia dude, an Irish guy who joined the Italian mafia, who many, many, many years ago just kind of worked his way up until he was like a cleaner and one of the top guys in the mafia. And he basically said, like, I'm the one who killed Jimmy Hoffa, buried him, made him disappear. So we don't really have a way of verifying that, but if that is true, we know what happened to Jimmy Hoffa, and that was the whole thing with the unions at the time, was they were so intertwined with the mafia that the mafia just straight up would kill you if you were, like, you know, not doing what they wanted. Felt so weird in this part. Felt like a dig at Ian's situation. Yeah, I mean, this stuff was probably written so far back that it's, like, just a coincidence. But, yeah. I watched Irishman. For me, it was a slog. It is long. It is quite long, yeah. I can't blame anybody for not being able to get into it, but it is a really interesting story.
Dr. Lore is an immensely influential figure now. It's very likely the Exaltus had a lot of people planted around him.
I can't believe this. The Union pledged to stand together and fight Porcelumix for what we were owed. And in the end, we were just pawns being used in the Exaltist's plan. This is all my fault. I dragged Paolo and everyone else into this.
Quit mumbling and beating yourself up. What we need right now is a plan to fix the problem. Any updates from the Union?
I like that Jufufu's just going around, like, yelling at everybody. She's like, "You're pathetic. Get better at this. Stop beating yourself up. You're being a loser." Like,
They're planning to gather in the Hollow tonight. They say it's to prepare for a large-scale protest.
Gathering in the Hollow? Something's not right. Dr. Lore sent patients into the Hollow for treatment too.
is
And
she
then
wrong, though?
sacrificed them.
Oh, she's definitely not wrong. It's just funny to see this tiny little tiger girl being like, "Man the fuck up. Stop being such a pussy." Also, I don't know why anyone believes they should gather in the Hollow at this point. Like, if you're dumb enough to go into the Hollow because someone's like, "We're having our meeting there," brother, you deserve to be sacrificed. This is stupid as shit.
Maybe they're planning to do something similar.
Yeah, they're probably trying to use the protest as an excuse to lure more people into the Hollow.
We have to find a way to stop them.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while.
Huh? Damien?
I've already heard what happened. I apologize for not being able to speak to you all in person. After all, I am public enemy #1 right now.
Open bar in the Hollow. Yo, free drinks. Free drinks for ladies in the Hollow on Tuesday nights.
I'd always suspected Dr. Lore's motives weren't so simple, but I never thought the Exaltus were pulling
There are
the
no
strings
conference
behind
centers in Wi-Fi Peninsula. I mean, I think in typical kung fu movie tradition, you just have to meet in a restaurant and then you have to fight on one of those giant circular tables.
With things the way they are now, clearing up the rumors is nearly impossible. And I just got word that several anti-corruption medicine supply points in the Hollow were destroyed earlier today.
I wouldn't put it past the Exaltists. By cutting off the medicine supply, they'll be able to distribute alleviating water to even more people during tonight's gathering.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Decided to go for Jufufu. Found out that her, Neko, and Pulchra makes a funny named team and could actually work. Yeah, all cats. Nice. I also am going for Jufufu just because, having played the story, it seems like she is quite good on the team with Yixuan and Pan Yinhu. Now we're sucking up to the well-meaning businessman. Yeah, this part is very weird. That he comes in and he's like, "No, I promise, I'm actually an ethical billionaire." And your characters are like, Pussy Squad. Party Wagon.
It won't be easy to clear up the rumors, but I might be able to tap into an emergency supply channel to distribute anti-corruption medicine to those gathered. That might prevent another corruption outbreak in the city.
I trust Kaiba. He has a gun usually. He does look like Kaiba if he got older.
So, I have a favor to ask. Would it be possible to set up the medicine supply point near Swabian Temple? It'll be much harder for anyone to sabotage with you keeping an eye on it.
You mean, you want us to manage the medicine distribution?
That's right. Please, rest assured. This batch of medicine will be provided by the city authorities and distributed to all citizens for free.
I don't remember what Kaiba sounds like at all. The only person I remember the sound of from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Pharaoh version of Yu-Gi, specifically when he's like, "Kaiba!" or "Pegasus!"
Porcelumix will cover all the costs and losses.
Also Rufus from Final Fantasy VII. Rufus. I don't remember a Rufus.
Free anti-corruption medicine? That'll cost a fortune. But it'll definitely bring people here and give us a chance to explain the truth.
Yes. I can spread the word to the workers, too. They'll come and get the medicine, and we'll make sure they hear what's really going
Sirius
on.
Kaiba's voice is permanently imprinted in my brain because of his sick insults. I mean, I know some of his insults, but to be fair, I also didn't watch that much Yu-Gi-Oh! It was kind of just like when it was on, sometimes I'd watch it. I trained with Dan Green. That's cool. I didn't know he did classes.
Let's do it then. We'll manage the supply point and prevent further chaos in the city tonight.
I'll say I didn't learn much from him. I mean, at a certain point, you kind of don't learn much from anybody you take classes with, you know? It's, at a certain point, classes just become the way that you show off your skills to directors and stuff, you know? My brain needs to stop because I have no control of devs' decisions. Yu-Gi-Oh! Show does not give a damn about the actual rules. Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing a video that was like a compilation of... Or no, it was... Somebody was putting up every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! But spelling out the real rules of the cards and when they play them wrong. And there was one that was just like... I don't remember what card it was, but they were like, straight up, this card does not exist the way they played it. They just made this up completely. Japanese VA for Yugi's going to be at Anime Expo. That's cool. The Japanese VA for Frankie from One Piece was at the con I went to a few weeks ago.
We'll also try to find a way to stop that gathering in the hollow as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll leave it to you then, mystics of Swabian Temple.
Alright. Here we go. The new one or old one? The old one. Yeah, the one who's retiring. It's a story that Damien is the son of Roland Cannon. I have not heard that, so I would imagine it was not. I redid it at GVAA. Yeah, I mean with demos it's always kind of a crapshoot of what you're gonna get, you know? That's why it's good to research before you spend the money, because like demos are hella expensive now. That's why I haven't gotten a new demo made, even though mine is like 6 years old. So it's just expensive.
Right, you're back. I just finished analyzing the data on the flash drive. There's a list detailing who took the alleviating water and when.
What's up, Dancer? Welcome in. It's been going well, I think. We're getting towards the end of this here.
I cross-checked the list against the people who've fallen ill in the city. It turns out they were all early recipients of the alleviating water, which means the corruption outbreak wasn't random. The Exaltists had planned it from the start.
Yeah, Belle, we kinda already knew all this.
I knew it. They've been waiting for this moment, using the outbreak to spread their influence and rally people into gathering to protest.
That's not all. I also found medicine distribution records from Dr. Lore.
That is wild, though. You know, this, you don't usually see a cult using, like, biological warfare as a way to get people into the cult. Usually they're just like, you know, we have free sex and free drugs, come join the cult. And everyone's like, ooh, okay. Signed up for the Michael Schwalbe class, want to find out how to network with you voice actors. I mean, I don't think you'll regret it. Like I said, I literally would not be where I am without Michael, and he's an amazing teacher. So yeah, he's one of the people that genuinely I'm like, you will never regret paying for one of his classes.
Turns out, he was the one who contaminated the medicine from the beginning, making it ineffective and triggering the corruption outbreak. The corruption incident in the Hollow was just a test run. Several data observation points in the Hollow have also been marked out.
Can I befriend people with Tim Tams? I mean, it's worth a shot.
I compared them with the documents from the mayor, and they line up exactly with the observation points that had issues. Those areas showed major miasma fluctuation too. I bet the Exaltists were setting something up in the hollow. That's why they disrupted the observation data to cover their tracks.
This movie theater event reminds me of the time Piper said she was Coco's mother. Coco reminds me so much of her. They do seem related, like, very believably.
Unbelievable. The Exaltists have been laying the groundwork in secret, using the miasma to mask their true objective.
Little old me has a little old daughter.
They even used us to infiltrate the abandoned areas to find evidence, then turned around and weaponized that to fuel protests against Porcelumex.
For some reason the
These
game
people
gave me
are
an
vile.
S in standard signature Wenjin. Rena's, now it's W2 and not limited. Please, I really want Yizhuan. You know, I bless your polls, Roxas. You got this. You'll get her. You'll get her. I know you will.
Oh, can you help me check the current status of those spots with unusual miasma levels? I've got a feeling one of them might be where the Exaltists are hiding.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've already gone through the list and narrowed it down to one suspicious location.
That's what I should do if I really want to join the grift, you know, is you guys pay me tithes the way that you would to the church, and I'll bless your polls, and then if you don't get it, I can just be like, well, you didn't have enough faith. You must donate more if you want these things to come true. You know? That'd be the way to do it.
If we head there now, we might be able to catch them.
Instead, I'm giving it away for free like a fool.
Good. We've got him this time.
I feel like that would be a curse. No, it's just piety, you know? Some good old-fashioned religious hope.
Thanks, Belle. I'll gather everyone and head into the hollow right away.
What? You found their hideout? Awesome! It's finally time to storm in there and teach them a lesson.
Be like, don't pray to get your person that you're pulling for. Pray to have God give you the strength to pull who you want. If your prayers aren't answered, then it's a skill issue. Exactly. See, Kessin gets it. I'll trade lighter art for some luck. Ooh, sorry, it's gotta be cold hard cash. It's the Lord's orders. Sorry, I'm just his mouthpiece, you know? I'm not in control. God was like, only major credit card carriers, cash, you know, that kind of stuff. So, it's a bummer, but the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Well done. Shifu made the right call putting you in charge of the plan.
Yeah. Now that everything's clear, it's time we give them a taste of their own
I
medicine.
think I need to report this grifting to the authorities. I don't think so. I mean, I'm opening a church for all of this, so it'll be tax-free.
Too bad Sufu can't come with us. Someone's got to stay behind to look after her, too.
So, I mean, you try and report a church to the authorities, I mean, you're probably gonna go to hell. Better bless my polls to get Henry to get Ben to E6. My Ben is E6.
Senior, can you stay at Suibian Temple to watch over
He was the
Sufu
first
and
one
Belle?
I E6'd.
Okay. As much as I'd love to join in and help take those bastards down, if that's your request, I'll stay.
Someone on Honkai told me that Cypher was the best birthday present to get if my birthday's here. Should be perfect. Been trying to get her after I played the story. That had her playable in the story. They sent me some luck. Good luck for you, indeed, Jace. I bless your polls of Cypher. Go to hell just for gooning to ZZZ. Nah, that's not a sin in my church. In fact, that's really part of the scripture if any of you are anything to go by. I'm already going down with the ship. I'm at M4. Yes, okay. Well, then, yes, David, I hope you get your Ben to M6 May your pulls go well. Did get the birdcage engine for the new lady today. Thank you for the blessing. Of course, Dancer. That's... And see? You subscribed, and so it was. See, everybody? The donation system works. Dancer subscribed. She paid her tithes, and got what she wanted. You know, I'll try and bless you all for free, but it's out of my hands whether or not it works. I got Skirk in 10 pulls today. Must have pre-ordered my blessing. Right. Yes, we do take pre-orders on the Jesus. Dude, I don't know anything about Genshin or Star Rail or any of that shit. Skirk is a terrible name. What a stupid fucking name. Literally sounds like a... It sounds like a rapper from, like, a few years ago trying to be, you know, like a mumble rapper or like a trap house person, like Skirk, you know? No, Skirk is cool. Skirk is not cool. They are running out of name ideas. They were like, what if we call him Kirk? And they're like, that's not special enough. What if we add an S? And they were like, Kirks? And they were like, no, what if we add the S to the beginning? Oh yeah, no, that's good. That makes sense. Terrible. Skirk is basically an outlander with abyssal powers. None of that means anything to me.
Rest assured, Junior Shuyuan. I'll make sure to give him a few extra punches on your behalf.
Hater. I am a hater. I fucking hate Skirk. Stupid, terrible name. Is everyone here? Perfect. Once we're ready, let's head out to find the Exaltist hideout. Skirk sounds like a white rapper whose best single was My Girlfriend Left Me. Exactly. Delicious Orange Art gets it. And welcome in, by the way. Skirk, for real, for real. Yeah. It just seems like they would open every single song with, like, Skirk.
Analysis of the abnormal data shows that the Exaltist hideout should be nearby. Careful, everyone. There may be an ambush.
You know what it actually reminds me of? Let me grab the link here for you guys, because I don't know how many of you are familiar with AEW, the wrestling promotion, but there's a dude in it whose name is Swerve Strickland, and this song is... The start of this song is what I picture hearing the name Skirk. And here's the thing, it's a dumbass song, but it is catchy, I have to admit. Her design's pretty rad, but I will say not vibing with the name for the design. Yeah, there you go. You know, Shantae, I've told you before that doesn't count, so if you don't want to waste those 500 points, you're probably going to want to have to pick somebody else. I've met Swerve Strickland, cool dude. Oh, nice. I saw my first AEW show last year in the summer, I think. He was there. I thought it was funny that he came out with like a little hype man who just like danced next to him being like, as he walked down to the ring. Took fucking forever because they were stepping really small and really slow. She technically has no arms or legs, so she'll just go skirk. It should count. I will die on this hill. You will die on that hill, because I refuse, and it's my channel, so you can suck it.
Don't worry, we have the upper hand this time.
Feel free to refund yourself those 500 points. That's my generous offer to you.
Yinhu, let's work together and make sure no one slips through, especially Dr. Lore.
Got it, Senior. Leave it to me.
Got it. I'm gonna rip his head off.
There must be nearby. We gotta find him.
Sounds like a song you'd hear in the Transformers credits. Is that a compliment or is that a negative? Because I could kind of see that being a good thing or a bad thing. Ow. Fucking... Can you just do this forever? Yes, you can. Alright.
Finally! All clear. Where the heck are the Exaltus freaks hiding anyway?
Shh. Keep it down, Senior. You'll scare them off.
Ow. Stepped on that landmine.
Dr. Lore hiding. I swear he's around
Those
here
are-
somewhere.
The Exaltus supplies.
Just wait
Let's
till I
destroy
find him.
them.
He's gonna get what's coming to him.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is bad. We've been set up.
God, these are the dumbest people.
What a surprise. I didn't think you'd find this place.
Wow, who could have guessed? If we went into the hollow where he's trying to gather everybody, he would be here with a trap.
But perfect timing. I wanted Yunque Summit to witness our
Transformers
great
gotcha
work
like ZZZ would
firsthand.
be extremely pog.
Come, hear the voice of
You
the
know,
Creator.
I'm not the biggest gotcha fan, but I agree. Because they've got so many different, like, series to draw from. Like, you could have the like, Beast ones as an option. Or you could have, like, the ones from the comics versus the ones from the movies. I think that would be rad.
What great work. You're just liars who deceived everyone.
Beast Wars.
Now
Hell
give up
yeah.
and surrender.
The Overseer was right about you.
So for you Beast Wars fans out there,
After all these years,
for you
you're still blind to the
for you
truth.
bestiality fans out there, did you enjoy that movie they made, or were you kind of like, oh, it's the live action version, it's not that good? Because I never watched it. But I did want to know how actual Beast fans felt about it. As soon as we get Sentai Billy or anything Sentai, I'm opening my wallet. I mean, he's gonna get like a Power Ranger sort of skin at some point, right? I mean, he's gotta. Not seen the Beast Wars movie, but I plan to eventually. It was pretty bad. I was kind of disappointed. Okay. So par for the course with the live action Transformers movies then.
After the old capital fell, you saved those people and relocated
Thanks a
them
lot.
on Waifei Peninsula.
Yo, the Cookie Demon. Thank you for following. Very much appreciated. Welcome in. It's not really a Beast War movie. Wasn't surprised by it, though the live action films were kind of disappointing. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody was kind of surprised by the first couple Transformers movies being better than you'd think. But then people pretty quickly got used to that and they were like, oh, these actually aren't that great. Just saw somebody selling a Prison School DVD signed by the English dubcast for $40. I'm kind of surprised the DVD itself doesn't cost $40. Anime prices are fucking ridiculous if you want DVDs.
But look at them now, slaving away under tops, clinging to survival. Do you think they live dignified lives? Many knew the risks of the alleviating water, but they still came to us, begging for more. Because it let them relive the wonderful past, even just for a little while.
Bro, I don't... He's like, everybody knew the risks. No, they didn't. Everybody thought the alleviating water was just a cure, and you told them that it was. What do you mean they knew the risks?
Yunque Summit sacrificed an entire generation of disciples, but what did you get in return? Was it really worth it?
Best thing was the blank collab they teased at the end, but that's dead now. Yeah. Like that new animated film, it's a good one. That's what I heard, that it was good, but they just didn't promote it. Hello. Hello, Cookie Demon. Are you British? Just like Watts.
You twisted freak! Stop spouting nonsense!
My question is, why aren't we doing this outside of the Hollow? 'Cause fucking idiots keep going into the Hollow. Like, the bad guys literally meet me in the Hollow for my birthday party, and everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense.
So stubborn.
Fucking stupid, man.
Leave me with no choice. Time for you to be reborn through the Creator's refinement. Summit. Go on. Struggle. Try as you might.
Yeehaw!
Or not. The will of the Creator cannot be defied.
After everything we've done, they are still spouting this nonsense. Thanks a lot.
Yo, Cardask67, thank you for following. Very much appreciated. Welcome in.
Let's show them what we're made of.
Whee!
Let's see how long you'll last.
Probably pretty long, to be honest. This doesn't seem all that difficult to survive, my guy. Skadoosh. Yo, what's up, Ether? Welcome in. What does Penyinhu's thing do? I know it heals the party, but is that it? Because if so, that's kind of not that good.
Spending money always feels so good.
There we go. Did Dr. Lore turn into an ethereal, or are those just his goons? I think they're just his goons, although everybody does seem to be going all Resident Evil mode in here, in this game. Yo, Ether, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Very much appreciated. It's good to see you as well. Thank you for the compliment. I actually need to re-dye the hair. I noticed on one of my climbing vids, the back is a lot less dyed than the front. I be not British, just USA man from the West. Fair enough. Although you said that like a pirate. I be not British. It says Gooners. Thank you, Jace, for the stretch. Should I get good 6-slot disc for Miyabi or no?
I'm gonna come.
I mean, to be honest, I do not min-max things. Like, I don't try to, get the perfect disc thing at all, so it's kind of up to you if you want to use the resources for it. I pretty much just get the bare minimum of what I need for people, and it's good enough for me. Dina's VA is Amelie. Yeah, I don't know who that is. She's like a VTuber or something, right? Yo, 267 Karma, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Welcome in. People who use the T-virus make no sense to me in RE. Like, how do you turn back to normal after? Honestly, it's never gotten to that point, because everybody just turns into a giant monster and then dies, so we never get to see what happens afterwards. For me, even if it's A-rank discs, as long as the stats are made, I'm content. Yeah, like, I'll get S-rank discs for everybody, but I don't particularly care to, like, re-roll until you get, like, the perfect disc or whatever. Amelie's a professional singer who branched into VTubing. Okay. That's cool. She's a VTuber, but more famous for her covers. Huh. Well, cool. Good for her. My bad, I meant to say I didn't I? Say it like a pirate. Yar. Ye did say it like a pirate. Once you can get S-rank discs, the A-ranks are just fodder for more S-rank. Yeah. Agreed. Oh my god, he's doing the fucking witness me thing. Oh, I see. Kessin wants me to do 5 push-ups. And I'll be back in just a second. Hold on, everybody. Gotta do my push-ups. Dude, you'd think that rock climbing would make you better at push-ups, but I feel like I haven't gotten any better at it. I don't know why. Because I can definitely lift more stuff now. The other day I was moving bags of salt into the basement, and I picked up 2 with each hand, and I checked and they were 40 pounds each, so I was holding 80 pounds in each arm. But honestly, doing rock climbing should replace push-ups. I mean, that's why I like to climb, because it keeps you really healthy and you can't, like, cheat the workout. But it would be hard to have a rock climbing redeem in here. There's not a lot of room to put up rocks. Isn't Yuzuha coming out next for the gacha reset? Yuzuha. I'm gonna assume that's a different one, because I don't know that person. Refund me the points and we can make him do infinite push-ups, or I will ban you guys for trying to cheat the system. Came to mind earlier today, if Amelie's an NPC, Sayu's Anton, and there's an Iron Mouse looking character in 2.0, is it so far a leap to think it might be Iron Mouse herself, since Amelie is now with Iron Mouse's VTuber Corpo? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I feel like I'm a billion years old. I don't know shit about VTubers or any of these people. I don't know what's going on. You'll meet Yuzuha later. She appears as part of a side quest with Monato. Okay. Alright.
The mission you assigned to me. I've done even more than what you asked for. I will make this ceremony grander than anything you could have imagined.
The Overseer has spoken. Now is the perfect time to prove your devotion.
I think that's a stretch. Water Bear doesn't follow English VTubers.
I hear. I understand.
VTuber Arc when? Bro, I don't have the money to be a VTuber. Shit's expensive to get a rig and model and all that. Not to mention, I feel like to be a VTuber, you've got to be, like, unhinged to some degree. Where, like, I feel like I'm too relaxed to be a VTuber. All the VTubers I know go fucking ballistic, you know? Trying to get my shiny defense done for her. You can make one for free. Start as a PNG tuber, much more feasible. Listen, I barely got this setup running. I want to keep it as simple as possible.
Wait, what are you doing?
You're the most unhinged in your dialogue. I mean, that's just absolutely not true. You've heard some of the things Naren and Val will say. Not to mention Stella. I mean, Stella will casually say shit that would make a nun burst into flames.
May the Creator refine me.
After Dr. Lore's corrupted, the surrounding miasma calms. And the screen goes black. Oh, there we go. I get weirdly sensual vibes from Pan Yin-Hu's voice delivery. He's got a very calm, kind of professor sort of vibe, I would say. Creator, redefine me. Lest we forget the October streams where you're down bad for bug ladies. I mean, look. They just look like people. They were just hot vampire ladies who then happened to be bugs. I don't know what to tell you. Too old to understand VTubers. Me too, Kessin. Me too. Like when people start talking about VTuber drama and they're like, well, you see, Flimbus is really mad at Banana Pants because Banana Pants cheated in a game they were playing, but in real life they're actually married, and I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? This is all nonsense. Philip Sacramento is a great voice for Pan Yin-Hu. Absolutely he is. Do you want to fight? Or I mean, cook?
Great Overseer. One of our gathering points was taken out by Yunque's summit.
Bro, I would be so pissed if I would be so pissed if I was in this cult and they were like, I promise you unlimited power, and then I just turned into a giant monster. I could be like, bro, now I can't do anything.
But there's no need to worry. The rest of the preparations are complete.
Like,
the plan remains on track.
How do you go and get groceries when you look like this? How do you fit into like a bathroom, you know?
With you here to guide us, the ritual
just ruining your whole life. Becoming a giant monster is the goal, though. Is it? I don't feel like they ever said that's the goal.
Yes. Let's get started. Only through the Creator's refinement can we bring.
Look how sick he looks. I mean, yeah. I guess. It feels like if you got like a really cool like face tattoo, like at first you'd be like, yo, I look so fucking cool, this is sick. And then you'd be like, after a month you'd be like, damn, this actually kind of ruined my life a little bit, you know? You do one of your voice lines? Yeah, sure. Time for some hard labor. There you go.
True peace.
People think turning into giant monsters is refinement. I guess. I mean, if I were like, Creator, refine me, and then I got turned into that, I'd be like, bro, this isn't refine. I meant like, make me less of a petty person, or like make it so I can go to sleep and feel rested in the morning. Refine me.
Dr. Lore would enter the miasma willingly and get corrupted.
They did mention that turning into ethereals is peak form. Now they're trying to turn everyone into ethereals. Huh. So I guess they're kind of like the cult from Silent Hill 3, maybe? Where they're like, yeah, monsters are the best. Why become a monster? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Who was the great overseer he mentioned.
Seems like a poor choice.
Is there really a hidden mastermind in the Exaltists?
No taxes. Well, but if they're a church, then they already have no taxes.
That seems to be the case.
They love the Monstars from Space Jam.
Dr. Lore was the one distributing alleviating water.
I mean,
but we've searched his residence and the hideout.
I will say,
That could be used to make it.
something that might get me into the door of a cult is if, as they were transforming, you hear the, "Everybody get up, it's time to slam now," and then they start to, like, you know, shift and turn into the monster. I'd be like, yo, Space Jam cult, pretty sick.
I suspect that their real hideout is elsewhere. Right now, our top priority is getting into the Hollow and evacuating the crowd. We can't let them fall victim to the Exalted sacrifice ritual.
I miss when Space Jam memes were everywhere. That was awesome. We don't get any good memes like that anymore.
And if it comes to the worst, we may need to take
I'd
out
be
all
down
the
for a
Exaltists
Space Jam
attending
cult.
the ritual.
You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do for my church grift. Start a Space Jam cult. Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD.
Agreed. But Shifu isn't here. Can we pull this off by ourselves?
SpaceJam.com's still running. I mean, the wild thing is if it's still running and they haven't changed it for when they were making that second movie. I wonder if we'll get sports agents. Dude, if we get an agent who plays basketball, that would be rad. Imagine your ult, you just, you know, you go up and you just fucking dunk on somebody. That would be sick. They haven't changed it at all. Oh, nice. Lord, give us your layups as we lay up those who have checked against us.
Wise, Shifu's awake now.
Oh, how is she? Is she feeling better?
It seems like her condition has stabilized. She wants to know what's happening out here.
In the name of the layup, the three-pointer, and the free throw, amen.
We don't have much time. I'll tell her.
Wait, Wise. Shifu just got through a rough patch.
Doesn't Ben already dunk?
Try to break it to her gently.
Kinda.
Okay?
That would be... I mean, that's a good mod. Replace his pillar with a basketball. Just make him a fucking baller. Should I watch Space Jam 2? I don't know. I never watched the first one or the second one, but from what I understand, it wasn't great. I saw a clip of LeBron James' voice work in it, and he was not good. So, just hope I get enough Chrome for Yuzuha by the time she gets here. I'm trying to pull for Jufufu, and then I don't have any plans for anybody after that, but we'll see. If I mod his pillar into a basketball, that would work. I genuinely, if you do that, I want to see it so bad. Kaleda could be the basketball. That'd be fucked up.
That just got over a nasty cold. One wrong word and she might collapse again.
Have I finished this yet? No, I haven't. Alright.
Wise, how are things out there?
Shifu, you're awake. Are you feeling better?
See, that would be sick too, because then Kaleda and Ben having their dual ult, you could be like, you know, this sick layup or alley-oop where like Kaleda jumps up, Ben tosses the ball up and she slams it, you know? That'd be sick. Yuzuha seems neat, but I don't really feel like any of the upcoming agents are must-haves. I've not seen any of them, but I know there's that Idol faction that's supposed to come out at some point.
Don't worry about it. Just focus on resting for now.
That won't be necessary. I'm mostly recovered. Don't dodge my question, Wise. What's happening? The Exaltists are still trying to manipulate the workers, aren't they?
Yeah. We shut down one of their hideouts in the Hollow, but it looks like they still have people elsewhere. Dr. Lore was lost to the miasma, but
Gonna
someone
pull for
higher up,
Jufufu because
a
she's
so-called
cute, but I'm not
overseer,
saving up
was
for
behind
anybody
it the whole
just
time.
yet. Well, I'm pulling for her because with Yi Xuan and Pan Yinhu, they seem to make a fairly strong team, so feels like a good idea. I also got Yi Xuan guaranteed, so I'm hoping I get enough for guaranteed or early. Well, good luck, Karma. I bless your pulls. I hope you pull them immediately.
The protest against
Gotta switch
tomfoolery is
devices,
dying
phone's
soon.
almost dead.
I'm afraid they're using
Alright,
this
good
chance
luck,
to
Ginger.
deceive even more people to gather in the Hollow.
Call us when you
To
get your
sacrifice them as part of the
phone
ritual.
switched so we know you made it safe.
From the look on your face, that's not the whole story, is it? No need to hold back. Speak your mind.
We're getting into that time of year where the booth gets hot. I'm starting to feel it in here.
Dr. Lore said their overseer knows about Rinquay Summit. He even mentioned the time Rinquay Summit nearly lost everyone trying to save people during the fall of the old capital. And now, the very people that were saved are being exploited by tops, living a miserable life. And he said a lot of people know what alleviating water does to them, but they keep taking it just to relive their past.
Yi Xuan and Yao team by themselves is good. I mean, Yi Xuan by herself is super strong. Jufufu in general is a great support / stun, but if you've already got lighter or trigger, she's really optional since she does a lot of the same things they do. Yeah, that's probably true. But if I were to use like lighter Yi Xuan and Pan Yinhu, would lighter go in like if you press RB the same way that that Fufu does, or because that's the main thing is like, you know, her and Pan Yinhu will like come in if you're using Yi Xuan and do like extra damage and stuff, which is part of why I wanted to pull for her.
He said trying to stop the ritual is pointless.
The Ellen
We'd
buff
just
has
be
been
repeating
insanely
our past
awesome.
mistakes all over again.
Yeah, I'm glad that they decided to like reinvent some characters, because it definitely makes Ellen way stronger.
Shifu, don't let it get to you. What Dr. Lore said was nonsense. He even walked into the miasma and let himself get corrupted.
Ellen better than
He's
Vlad the
completely
lad
lost his
now.
mind.
It's true, but you know, if you want like a vampire twink on your team, then you know,
Thanks a lot.
that's what Vlad's for. Yo, Generic Mirror, thank you for following. Very much appreciated. Welcome in. I like that they're using the Hollow Zero gear buffs to test out potential upgrades for older characters. Yeah, I agree. I think that's really cool. Though it does kind of screw with me because I'm like, I want to get all of the polychrome that you can get from like using each character and discovering all their stuff. But like I haven't built Corrin, for example, so I can't use her stuff unless I want to bring her in like severely under-leveled.
That's enough. Yonghui Summit sacrificed an entire generation of disciples to save those in the disaster, but we failed to care for them afterward. And that failure led us here.
Yeah, you really fucked up, didn't you?
We mishandled it. It was a mistake on our part.
I mean, that's the thing I don't understand, is like, what were they doing all this time? They knew everybody was poisoned, but instead of like,
Thanks a lot.
here, we'll help you, it was just like, yeah, they're fine, we'll just leave them to take this sketchy-ass medicine. Yo, baby ooh-woo, thank you for following. I appreciate that. They have the power equalizer feature so you can use unbuilt characters with semi-decent results. Oh, okay. Gotta level Billy up, poor guy's still on talent level 1. My Billy's leveled up just because he used to be in my main team. But I do like his alternate mode where he's like stronger, slower shots.
Wise, do you remember what I told you before About the former High Preceptor Yizhang, my sister.
I remember.
My
I'm almost
sister
out
and
of
I
coffee.
grew up as orphans on the streets, begging and digging through trash to survive. But even in the most difficult of times, we never left each other behind. We'd promised we'd live a good life someday, and see the world together. But after we joined Yunkwei Summit, everything changed. It was all because of the Qingming sword.
The Qingming sword? What's that?
It's Yunkwei Summit's most prized relic. A blade that grants its wielder the ability of a Void Hunter for a short duration. Some gifted wielders can even push past that limit briefly.
I thought Yi Xuan was already a Void Hunter.
Every High Preceptor receives the sword as a symbol of their position.
There's something that powerful? I'm sure it must come with a price.
You're right. It comes with severe side effects.
You're right. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, headache, and fever. If you start to feel any of these side effects, stop using the sword immediately and call your physician.
Wielding it for too long will strip away your memories and your senses. And in the end, your life itself.
Opinion on Yi Xuan VA's acting? I mean, I think she probably was just doing what she was told to do, you know? Like, I never shit on a VA, because in the end we don't get to do whatever we want in the booth, you know? So in a case like this where she's very stoic and kind of, you know, flat in a way, I don't think it's because her VA can't do it or isn't acting appropriately. I think it's because the client was like, no, she's supposed to be very calm and controlled, and, you know, I don't dislike it.
That's how my Shifu died, overusing the sword during a dangerous mission.
Losing your senses and memories. That's a tremendous cost.
When Yizhang became
I kind of feel like
that sword, we made a promise that we wouldn't make the same mistake.
I kind of feel like a lot of the characters like her or Anbi or Miyabi, like, I feel like I'm not drawn to any of them in particular because they all feel like the same kind of character to me, you know? Like, they all feel just very like, yes, I am completing my mission, and this is me, kind of thing, you know? Which is fine, like, if you like those kinds of characters, then that's great for you, but I tend to go more for, like, I don't know, just more dynamic sort of characters, I think. Like, I always liked Rock Lee in Naruto way more than I liked Sasuke.
I'm gonna
you know?
come.
My friend's like an ocean in whale terms because he got Vivian all constellations. Sheesh. That's expensive. Should ask your friend to fund some of your picks. Yi Xuan is on par with the Void Hunters, but she rejected the title. Ah, I see. Void Hunter's a government title. I see. I thought Void Hunter was like an occupation. Waves flat frequency response croissant to Henry. What's up, Obergamen? Welcome in. Fun fact, Yi Xuan, Skirk, and Durandal from Honkai Impact 3rd all have their banners going on, and the JPVA voices all three. Damn, that's rad. That's a whole, that's like a whole new kind of hat trick. Be in all three games and have all three running your banner at the same time. That's like a double hat trick. They've kind of repeated the same theme of powerful warrior with tragic backstory where they lost family during the fall of Eridu. Yeah, like that's kind of how I feel about it. Like they all feel like kind of the same character to me, you know? It's why I like even like people like Anton, where we don't really know that much about his backstory. He's just got more of a character to him, you know? Like, he's a weirdo. He calls his drill his bro. He's like a huge workout dude. It just feels more interesting to me than, like, I'm the most powerful warrior to ever exist. And that power comes with a cost, and I lost my family, and now I have no emotion, you know?
That's why she and I began researching techniques based on the Qingming sword to suppress its side effects. She became busier with her duties as High Preceptor, but every rune, every line in this talisman, we drew them together.
Did the voice actor for Yi Xuan ever announce herself yet, or are we still not know that? I like Trigger's story. I like Trigger's story too. I thought her story was interesting. I wish they didn't just follow it up again with, like, the same story, like, the very next time, but, it was cool. Hoping we get more of the wacky cast getting to play more roles in the story. I miss the Cunning Hare's antics. Yeah, that's the big thing, is, like, I like the serious vibe of some of these things, but part of what drew me into ZZZ was the, like, kind of upbeat daily life nature of the story to a degree. Like, it's more interesting to me when it's like, here's something that's just kind of going around on the streets of New Eridu, something that you have to deal with, versus like, all right, so if this isn't stopped, it's going to end the world,
She told me.
It's nice to have a story with lower consequences sometimes. Lower stakes.
She also promised that she would never
Yizhang VA posted on Twitter, though.
She wouldn't sacrifice herself in exchange for the lives of others.
Yeah, no, I know Vera posted. I'm friends with Vera, so I knew that she posted about it, which is cool. Slice of life, yeah, exactly. Wish they didn't sexualize Trigger. I saw a vid when she was positioning herself to distract the enemy sniper. I assume you mean it's like a fan video? Because, yeah, I mean, the fans of ZZ sexualize pretty much everybody, it seems.
However, when the old capital fell, she broke that promise.
Trigger's a hottie, though. She likes to tease people like that in her story. I think with every character there is some degree of, teasing or sexualization or whatever, and then the fan base runs with it super hard. I mean, like, Vivian is probably the most goony character in the game. She genuinely is like, oh, faith in shirt. I want to eat it, But, like, the fans will take that and run miles down the road.
When the old capital fell, she pushed herself past the brink, fighting with everything she had to protect the people of Eridu.
Vivian scares me. Yeah, that would be a lot to deal with in real life.
By the time I reached her, she had exhausted every bit of energy in her. Yet, she still wielded her sword to save those in distress. Until her very last breath, I could only stand there and watch her die right in front of me. After the wielder dies, the sword's power goes berserk and affects everything in its vicinity. My last memory of her, she turned to me with a vacant look in her eyes and asked, "Who are you?" My sister had completely forgotten me.
I'm so sorry.
When I was consumed by the miasma, I kept reliving that moment again and again. In my memories, she was always staring at me with that empty look in her eyes and muttering that same question, asking who I was. My sister said something to me in her final moments, but I was hit by the Qingming sword's power surge. I can't remember what she said.
Thank you, Karma, for the hydrate. This is the final bit of my coffee.
Sometimes, I really wish I knew what she said to me. And I'll never know if she felt any regret before she passed. What she did broke my heart. It was devastating. She abandoned me only to meet a dark and tragic end. Was it really worth it? But then, when I recently returned to Waifei Peninsula, I saw them. The people my sister had saved. They're struggling, barely scraping by, but despite their hardships, I saw smiles and hope on their faces. This hope, it came from her. She gave everything to make it possible. I still don't understand why she abandoned me and broke our promise. But now, I know one thing. I can't let down the people she saved. I won't let her sacrifice go to waste.
Do you mean...
Gather everyone and have them meet me at the entrance of Swabian Temple. It's time to put an end to this.
Everyone! A bunch of workers went into the hollow to join the
More
protest.
cursed swords in ZZZ than it appears on the surface. Bro, don't let Zoro hear about it. He'll fucking hop the barrier from anime to video game to steal them. You need to add more Chrome events. I can barely keep up with the events that they've already added.
I tried to talk them out of it, but no one would listen. Rumors are spreading about me being bribed by Porcelumix. No one trusts me anymore. At this point, we're all that's left.
I'm gonna start my stream for Genshin. Alrighty, enjoy the Genshin, David. Have a good one. See you later. Did you see the character trailer for her? It helps with the emotional impact. No, I don't watch any. I don't watch any of the outside stuff. I feel like if I'm meant to experience it, I'll experience it in game, and if not, I'm not gonna go out of my way to find all that shit. Yeah, I'm surprised they pulled the cursed sword thing twice in a row. What happened to the older Sunbringer design with that baller flag spear? A spear user would be cool.
Darn it! I knew there was a mastermind in the Exaltists. Even though Dr. Lore is gone, their plan is still in motion.
They actually put part of the character trailer into the game. I mean, there was the part where they kind of showed her with Wise, where she was like having flashbacks of her sister or whatever. Should at least watch the Pulchra trailer. I mean, I know about that one because everyone on the subreddit went fucking nuts for it.
What do we
She was
do?
getting like a massage or something,
Sneak
right?
into the gathering and stop them? But Shifu's not doing too well now. Do you really
Which is
think we can
super
pull this
weird.
off with so few of us?
Senior, calm down. Shifu wants us to meet her at the entrance of Swabian Temple. She has something to tell us.
So, those glasses that Pan Yinhu wears, he can't actually see out of them, right? Because they're just like these tiny little things, and they're like not even centered with his eyes. It's gotta be just for the look. It got banned in Korea. Yeah, she's getting massaged and then has a gay panic moment. Ah. Well, haven't we all? Maybe they're readers. It still doesn't help if they're like way over here. I'm not trying to talk to you.
Shifu, are you alright?
I'm fine. There's no need to worry. Wise told me what happened. Dr. Lore was telling the truth. When the old capital fell, the 12th High Preceptor Yizhang led the disciples into the Hollow on a rescue mission. But only I survived. We've already sacrificed too much to save others. And now, we stand at the same crossroads once again. The Exaltus Overseer has been scheming in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. If I lead Yunque's summit into the Hollow recklessly, we will be caught up in a fierce battle.
Oh, hi, Yixuan. What you doing up there? Yeah, cameraman laying on the ground just like...
Some disciples may even lose their lives trying to save those in the Hollow. Yunque's summit will not make the same mistake. We will not pay that same devastating price again.
Look at Belle looking like a fucking dork ass over there. Not even in the special clothes.
Shifu, are you saying we're just going to sit here and
Part
do
makes me
nothing?
peeved. This could have been a comic strip. Yeah, I agree. It
Ishan,
could have
Shifu,
been.
Please, you have to help them.
Leave Belle alone. I mean, it's not her fault. They should have given her the other outfit. I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah! Please, don't abandon us!
No, you misunderstand me.
What was that Pan Yin-Hu voice line you did earlier? Was that supposed to be a joke or a real voice line? Oh, you mean the one that I just read out of the chat? I mean, the real line is what? He's like, "Do you want me to fight or do you want me to cook?" Something like that. I just read somebody was like, "Do you want me to fight or do you want me to cook?" Actually, the scene changes based on what you have equipped to the character. But it wouldn't let me change the costume. I tried to change Wise back to his normal costume, and it didn't let me.
I won't repeat the mistakes of the former High Preceptor. If the situation takes a turn for the worse, all disciples are to
You
evacuate
equip
the
Belle with the
hollow
temple gi,
immediately.
she'll have it.
Only I will remain to fight.
I prefer to think that they chose to ostracize her and exclude her from the group.
I, Yixuan, the 13th High Preceptor, will carry on the will of my predecessor. I will do everything to eradicate the Exaltus and restore
Whoever you
peace
chose
to
in the
Waife
beginning.
Peninsula.
Yeah.
On the night of the old capital's fall 11 years ago, Yunque's summit answered the call and left the mountain to save lives.
Let's be real, Wise looks like an absolute nerd and Belle looks amazing in the new outfits. Agreed. Wise looks like a fucking dork.
We did it then, and tonight
Looks like a
we
weird
shall do it
sailor
again.
boy. Alright guys, let's go to the Hollow. Alrighty. Have fun storming the Hollow. The plants in this part look like the part in like a Monster Hunter game where they always have like the one weird area where it's all like crystals and shit like that.
I'm at the site, and I've told everyone about the situation. I managed to get some of them to leave, but there are still a few stubborn ones who won't think of a way to win their trust.
Belle, how did you do that?
There's a lot of miasma coagula around here. I suspect the Exaltists are behind them. They must be hiding something.
Isn't miasma coagula some kind of disease? Wise would be the type of guy to wear a beret and striped shirt in France. Whoa, I am Wise. Honestly, the MC temple outfits are much less cool than some of the generic NPC temple outfits. Have you seen the crop top yoga pants combo for some of the temple NPCs? I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Belle is right.
There's just a lot going on with their outfits, you know? They feel quite busy.
How about we clear out the miasma around here? We might find something that shows everyone what the Exaltists are really up to.
Got it. I'm counting on you. I'll stick around and keep trying to convince them. There might be Exaltists
MC
nearby.
temple outfits
Be
feel
careful,
over-designed.
everyone.
Yes, I agree. I think Belle's looks okay, but Wise's... I thought those were like landmines and I should trigger them. Turns out they just immediately explode. Whatever. Belle's looks good. I feel like Wise's is very over-designed, where like there's just too much stuff going on. Made choices when making Wise's outfit and they weren't all good. Too many dangly bits. Well, you know, some of those dangly bits can't be helped. I mean, he is a man.
Those ethereals were trying to ambush us.
Yo, what's with the
Looks like
dome?
there's someone over there.
What the fuck? Thank goodness you're not with the Exaltists. Yeah. I'll help you out. Can find a prismatic emitter and refractor nearby. Okay. Alright, well, that was easy.
Good. We cleared out a lot of miasma. Belle, how are things on your end? Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing so far. And I haven't seen any exaltists.
I think the
Something feels off.
I think the big thing with Wise's outfit is it seems like they tried to make a modern looking like ancient Chinese thing. And like the other characters have very traditional looking kind of Chinese clothing but in like modern styling. I feel like the way that they did Wise's kind of makes him look like he kind of looks like he's wearing like traditional Mexican clothing. You know, like kind of mariachi styled stuff with all the like lace pattern and the colors of it especially. I don't know.
Maybe they're hiding and preparing for the ritual?
Can you do the other voice line where Pan Yinhu? I mean, I can. I don't voice Pan Yinhu, so that's I'll do my best. Man is iron, rice is steel. I make a mean chitlins meal. Now I just see Wise in a sombrero. That'll be the next area of the game. Ancient China and then ancient Mexico.
That's very likely. The miasma around here is way off.
You
The
sound
exaltists
like
must
him.
be behind it.
Well, you know, I guess it's natural if I'm also a bear, but
We'll keep clearing out the miasma and investigating the area.
you're Ben's
You
VA.
be careful, Belle.
I am. It's a secret voiceover for Lycon too, though. I feel like my Lycon is a little bit sketchier.
Don't worry. I'll let you know if anything happens.
They like that bear atone voice. Oh, 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 oh. It's a good one.
Should be all good now.
Really? I mean, I try to do impressions of the male characters when I play through, if I can.
Person just now said there's something dangerous around
I think sometimes I sound like Lycon a little bit, and sometimes I don't hit it very well.
I
Can you do
kinda wanna see
Lycon
it for
too?
myself.
I mean, if you give me a line of his, I'll do an attempt. I haven't heard his voice in a while though, so it's probably not going to be that good. It usually helps if I've recently heard the voice. Hit us with a Hugo. I mean, give me a Hugo voice line and I'll do what I can.
Must be her. She's drawing the
Hiss with the King Billy. Billy, I think, is definitely one of my worst ones. I don't have Billy's typical. Oh, it's one of these assholes.
I'll take charge.
Woo!
Your fate is sealed.
I'll bite your throat out.
Exactly are the exaltists
That's my
planning?
favorite line of his. Isn't that like an alt line?
Looks like they're setting up.
I'll allow that in the chat there. I'll bite your throat out. That's, I don't know. Hugo, Annie, are you okay? He would say that, he'd be like, Annie, are you okay? Do it in the Ben voice. I'm not allowed to use Ben's voice unless it's a line from the game of Ben's, unfortunately. So, I won't be able to do that one.
Watch out for the miasma.
I can do, you know, I have 2 guns, so double the accuracy. It's the closest I got to Billy.
There's a lot of miasma.
Is it like a contract thing?
There's a heavy
Yeah, more or less. You know, MiHoYo doesn't want us to be using the character voice for anything that they don't say in the game, because they don't want people to, like, you know, make political statements or something in character that then people will potentially, like, you know, say, oh, this person, this character views this thing or whatever. So yeah, I'm just not allowed.
It's like something's hidden in the miasma around here.
An opening.
Is there another asshole over here somewhere? No?
Out of the way.
Alright.
She and mind as one. What a nuisance. Cycle of yin and yang. Scatter. Yin and yang converge.
Exclusive recipe made just for you!
Lad the lad makes me question myself sometimes. Well, you know, we've all had that. Is that right? If you never question yourself, then you can never truly know who you are. The two guns line is one of my favorites. It's a pretty good one. Sorry to ask then. No, you're good. I just have to make it clear to cover myself. Whee! Astra's VA did a full read-through of the story with Astra's voice. I assume that's okay since it's all in-game content. The thing that I was told was essentially, if it is a Ben voice line, then I can say it. Or if it's like a Ben line in the game written out that isn't voiced, then I can do that. But I'm not allowed to, like, I'm not allowed to just go nuts and do, like, you know, the whole, like, everything in the game is Ben. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Which, there's also some plausible deniability if the voice you have for a character is basically just your voice, but since Ben's voice is not my normal voice, there's no deniability there. Like how Zach can only say Windblade. Love seeing that you've learned how to parry with her special already. I mean, Ben's trained me well for that. Yeah, that was basically what she did, all Astra's lines, including the unvoiced ones. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to charge my phone, but I'll be in the chat when I can. Alright, good luck charging your phone. See you around, Karma.
Is everything okay on your end?
We've already cleared out the surrounding miasma coagula. The clues we've gathered so far aren't enough. We need to find more.
Master, an abnormal area has been detected nearby.
I always kind of feel surprised when Fairy shows back up.
Energy signals? Maybe the Exaltist placed something over there. Let's go have a look.
Okay, please be careful.
Around here seems to have dissipated.
To the skies.
Ooh. Do 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 do. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Wow, there's a lot of these landmines. Just sail through.
I definitely don't want to touch it.
Ooh.
We need to rescue the rest of them and stop the Exaltist.
Swift yet still, clear yet murky.
Yeah, it's time to teach them a lesson.
Let's find that basement first.
Man, it must be nice to just have something that can carry you around like that when you don't want to walk.
Everyone watch out!
Could one at a time, guys.
Let's make this quick.
Doesn't look like any of the Exaltists are around. Where'd those creeps go?
Get him.
Do the thing.
Are they off preparing for the Creators' gathering? Or was it a feast?
Neither. I think they called it the Creator's Refinement.
Step back. Let's shift.
Hello? Something weird over there.
Damn, they really are just a crazy strong team.
Soar with the wind.
What's going on over here? Oh, that's where I came from. What's going on? I can't get in there yet. Alright. Oh.
These are experiment logs on the medicine?
Surely Fairy will be playable one day like Eddie in Mass Effect Copium. I mean, it's possible. Everybody seems to think that Wise and Bell will be playable someday, so why not Fairy?
Wait, those refugees from earlier, were they all test subjects? So they're holding this ritual to turn all of those people into miasma?
Wise has one of those new Polaroids that makes the little pictures.
Just as we thought. The Exaltists hid a large amount of miasma at the gathering site. I'm showing everyone the video now. It's time to show them the truth behind this gathering. Once they see it for themselves, they'll be willing to leave the Hollow. I'm sure of it.
I don't know about that, Belle.
Good. I'll leave the evacuation to you. We'll stay
They're
nearby
really
to
pushing the
monitor
story toward
situation,
making
ensure
Wise
everyone's
/ Bell
safety.
playable. I don't really like that direction, but I understand why they're gearing up for that. I also feel like it would be weird to have them be playable, because it kind of invalidates the reason to have agents for like most of the story, but I don't know.
Once we get everyone out of there, we can go all in and give those Exaltist creeps what they deserve.
I like them better as masterminds behind the scenes. Yeah, they just don't feel like fighters, you know?
That's great, Wise. They're finally willing to evacuate.
Them lacking combat skills, those gives them a legit weakness to work around.
Rest to you.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a keycard attached to that lab report. Maybe it can get the elevator working.
I hear something. Or am I just imagining it?
Nope. Bird, come on. There we go.
Exaltist's basement. Feels like something spooky might pop out.
I don't want to get spooked.
Don't put that evil on me, Junior! Oh, I never say something like that.
She literally say, "Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby."
Careful, Senior. This one looks pretty tough.
But is it tough enough to fight against a popcorn maker? Oh, you dick. It's just about to get you, and now you gotta do this shit.
Leave it to me.
Let me see what you're made of. Have a taste of the Yunhui Gift's unique technique!
With one will!
Insignificant grapples.
Alright. Starting to annoy me.
Purge corruption, restore clarity. Obliterate form and spirit.
Finally took care of that one.
Alright.
Fairy, can you shut down this lab?
With that Panyin who uses the drunken boxing mule kick as his ultimate. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're all kind of doing kung fu shit in general is rad.
All right, power's down.
I don't remember what they call it, but that move he does where he like back thrusts, you know, where they do like the bam kind of thing. I love seeing that move and stuff.
Looks like this might be an Exaltist base. There could be something useful in here.
Really? This place gives me the creeps.
Tetsuzanko. Yeah, that's it.
Don't worry, Fufu. As long as we stay together, the monsters won't get the chance to pick us off one at a time like in those
Do
scary
you think
movies.
this Bang Boom mech event is getting us ready for that mech agent they showed in the 2.0 trailer? I don't know, but I hope so, because I love the way the mech plays, and if we get an agent that's just exactly that, that would be super fun.
Don't say stuff like that! You're making it worse. Let's hurry up, investigate what we need to, and get out of this place.
Whee! Oh, I'm in jail. Whee! Whee! Oh.
Huh? The miasma around us vanished. Anyway, what's this weird thing for?
Wow, that is literally just a Resident Evil bio-curse thing. Or the red eye thing from Cowboy Bebop.
This thing has miasma residue in it. Maybe it's related to the abnormal miasma in this area.
You're right. Maybe the Exaltists are using this to control the miasma.
Also, dude, red eye seems like such a shit drug. A drug that you have to spray directly into your eyes sounds terrible.
But now's not the time to analyze it. Let's defeat the rest of the Exaltists first. We can get the mayor's help to study this thing when we get back.
Guy who originally founded the fighting school that Tetsuzanko's from has one of the best lines in history. I do not know what it is like to hit a man twice. That is pretty fire. That's pretty sick.
How many people have the Exaltists fooled?
Do you think his disciples were like, man, what are you talking about? You're full of shit. And he was like, shut the fuck up. This is such a cool line. You're gonna blow this for me.
That's the last of them. Everyone holding
Wow,
up
they
okay?
got absolutely annihilated. Red Eye's too close to Pink Eye for me. Yeah, I mean, based on the effects of the drug in the show, it didn't look like it was much more pleasant than Pink Eye, so... He was the bodyguard of the Emperor, so I think he had the right to be a little cocky. Did he succeed? Or did the Emperor eventually get killed? Because, you know, the line makes sense unless it's like, yeah, but then he failed his job. I switch back to Wise, I assume. Yeah, just hide somewhere. You know, Wise, it'd be easier to hide somewhere if you used the Bang Boo like you normally would. But instead you decided to be all Mr. Hands-On now. You get what you fucking deserve. Ooh, cutscene.
You are just in time. The ceremony has just begun.
Creator, refine me! Bam. Ah. Asshole.
The creator's will. It's no more than a petty excuse for you to deceive the world.
Alright. I gotta find out what attacks of theirs have armor and what don't.
Exclusive recipe made just for you.
Hollow Zero spoiled this boss for me. Same.
Your fate is sealed.
Aw, you bastard. General rule is any EX special and any attack when they're in the air has iframes. I see.
Miasma around us is thinning out.
As decreed.
Let's finish her off while we've got the chance.
You actually don't have to manually follow with Ken Yunhu's pressure point strikes. If you swap after landing his EX special, he'll automatically do it. Oh. That does help. It's good to know. Thank you. Wise, you don't look like you're very hidden.
You and I, we're different from the others.
Be quiet. Don't speak with her voice.
Yo, it's Vera.
Will become a weapon that can protect everyone. You'll go further than all of us.
You're nothing but an illusion.
Stranger,
Is this a dream
please tell my sister.
or a memory?
Her big sister isn't selfless, nor great. If I don't put an end to this disaster tonight, my Yishan will be shattered along with Eridu.
Yichang.
What I'm doing isn't to save the world. It's just to save her. My Yishan. Live on. This is our promise.
Sis, I never thought I'd understand you like this and walk the same path. I'm the 13th generation High Preceptor of Yunque Summit, Yixuan. I shall wipe out all evil. It's time.
Yo, Sephiroth. but like a good guy.
Obliterate form and spirit.
Sarah smashed that. She absolutely did. That got me pretty close. Not gonna lie. Got a little misty-eyed there.
Reality and illusion.
I won't! Dishonor Yunquei Summit!
Evil shall be purged. Evil shall be purged. Break.
Damn. Imagine sacrificing everything just to get destroyed like a minute later. What a bitch. Dr. Lore, more like Dr. Nor.
Awesome! We finally defeated the Overseer. No one will fall victim to their lies again. Eric, how are those people who attended
I'm
the
back.
gathering?
Welcome back.
Are they all right?
We just met those people who made it out of the Hollow. They said they saw the Exaltists preparing for a strange ritual when they were evacuating. Everyone finally believes us. Those who drank the alleviating water are getting medical checkups right away to see if their health has been affected. Porcelumix said they'll cover the cost, and they hope to restore our trust in them.
This does feel very wild that it's like the nice company is helping everyone.
Everyone in Waifei Peninsula owe Yunquei Summit our thanks for preventing a major catastrophe. You saved all of us again. We can't thank you enough.
In America, it would be like, Porcelumix is not covering anything, and they're not admitting anything, and they're denying everything, and it's not covered by our health care, so we have to pay $6,000.
Yeah. Without your help, our friends would have died in the Hollow.
Thank you, Mystics from Yunquei Summit. If you'd like, we can make you a special signboard. No, we'll make you a custom silk banner.
I want to join Yunquei Summit. Do you need someone to sweep the floors? I'm great at cleaning.
Hang on! Calm down!
Fufu, let me teach you a technique to handle situations like this.
It's the Joestar special technique. Run away!
A technique? What technique?
Observe.
Yixuan's face turns pale, a coughing fit overwhelms her, and she seems to stumble. The crowd starts to panic. Porcelumix has investigated themselves and determined that they are not responsible for any of the adverse effects of their mining operations in the Hollow. Yes, of course. We've done an internal investigation, and guys, we are just as surprised to find out that it wasn't us at all. One time my friend told me to turn around because he found a stray cat, and where I'm from, we don't turn around. I don't know what that means.
Shifu, are you okay? I know everyone's excited, but Shifu is exhausted from fighting.
Where are you from that you're not allowed to turn around?
Sorry, we were a little worked up. All right, everyone. Let's take care of the rest of our business first. The heroes from Yunquei Summit need their rest. We can thank them properly later.
After the excited workers leave, Yixuan finally returns to normal. The startled Yunquei Summit members return to Swabian Temple to rest.
Everyone's so
I see.
enthusiastic. Too enthusiastic for me to handle. So Shifu's technique is faking illness. He almost had me for a moment.
She really is a grifter.
Well, at least we can get a proper break now that the Exaltists are gone for good.
Not yet. We can't let our guard down. The Exaltists had their roots deep here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more trouble ahead. We've resolved the immediate crisis. We still need to tie up any loose ends.
Shifu is right. We still have many questions left unanswered. We don't know anything about the underground research facility, or those strange objects we found. It feels like this is just the beginning.
It feels like this is just the beginning of what I would call Season 2 of our lives. Maybe like a 2.0 version, if you will.
Don't you worry. We won't sit back and let the Exaltists do as they please.
Maybe we were the Zenless Zone Zero all along.
I don't care if it's the Overseer or anyone else. If they show up, we'll knock them down.
I know an ancient technique for dealing with this problem. I call it gaslighting. Exactly.
Shifu, Damien is calling us.
Put him on. Let's see what he has to say.
Mystics of Yunquay Summit. I heard about your triumph over the Exaltist Overseer in the Hollow. On behalf of Porcelumex, I would like to thank you for saving Yunquay Peninsula and restoring the reputation of Tops. The Exaltists have been
you got it.
in secret throughout Yunquay Peninsula. But thanks to you, Porcelumex was able to defuse the crisis and stop the catastrophe in time.
This guy has money signs for pupils. That would be funny if he genuinely just had, like, the $sign pupils.
To prevent similar incidents from happening again,
I mean,
to invest more capital.
Fufu has literal stars in her eyes. I don't see any reason why he couldn't have that.
And now, I'm finally in a position to negotiate with the higher-ups.
Now I can finally have a blue eyes white dragon instead of the black or the red eyes black dragon.
Wait a second. Why does it sound like you're cashing in on this disaster?
Oh, you're overthinking.
Oh, because I am.
I simply wish to harness more resources so I can better support my employees. It was my pleasure working with you, Mystics of Yunquay Summit. I hope we will have another chance to cooperate with each other.
Alright, so in the end, he is still just like a typical CEO bastard.
I hope we don't. As for improving your employees' working
The
conditions,
Time Wizard.
I expect you to follow through. I'll be watching.
I'll play Black Magician.
Since Yunquay Summit has returned and resolved this crisis for you, we won't be turning a blind eye to what happened 11 years ago.
Rest assured, Ishwan Shifu, you and everyone from Yunquay Summit have my gratitude. I will not go back on my word. I have other matters to attend to. Heroes of Yunquay Summit. Until we meet again.
I have a duel to get to.
This guy. He really knows how to use every opportunity to climb the corporate ladder.
Jufufu's like, get a load of this fucking guy.
Let him. We don't walk the same path. Oh, you may hand over what we recovered from the Exalta space to the mayor. It'll suffice as a report of our investigations. If we can find out the purpose of the device, we might finally get a lead on what the Exaltists were really planning.
Got it, Shifu. I'll deliver it soon.
Awesome! The investigation has finally wrapped up. But we still don't know where Wise's teacher is. And we're also clueless about where that photo came from.
Thank you, Fufu, for helping us investigate. Wise
Don't
and I
worry.
think as long as we keep at
I
it,
get the
we'll get to
feeling
truth
that
eventually.
we'll figure out where she is 5 to 6 patches from now. Or rather, 5 to 6 years of patches from now.
Yeah, right now, we'll just have to follow the trail slowly from here.
Didn't people say Genshin is supposed to be ending in the next couple years?
We'll keep looking for clues about the photo later. We just need to take it one step at a time.
People said it's like getting towards the end or something. I thought I saw something about that. What up, Belle?
Wise. I had Fairy look up videos and recordings of Wi-Fi Peninsula, but still no sign of teacher.
Ending.
We tried to keep things
Yeah, I
light
mean,
while we were talking to the others
I
earlier.
imagine they're never going to really end it,
a little uneasy
because
this
it makes so
whole
much money, but I thought people were saying, like, the story is ending soon.
That photo. It's just like an
Soon-ish,
illusion in the
anyway.
miasma. What if none of it was real? What if Teacher was never in Wi-Fi Peninsula to begin with, and the whole thing was just a deception by the Exaltists? And you were attacked on the way here. I'm starting to think that was part of their setup. They created the miasma and hosted a ritual. But why? What
On
are
the grind as we
Exaltists
speak,
really
just like
after?
Mr. Benman. Exactly. Always gotta be grinding.
Belle, we shouldn't jump
They
to
just
conclusions.
extended it for a year. Well, I mean, that's like with One Piece. You know, Oda was like, yeah, we're like halfway through. And everyone was like, what? It's been 20 years. And he was like, yeah, it would have been done later or earlier than this, but I kept having new ideas, so...
Even if we have doubts about the photo, we still have to investigate the Exaltists and get to the bottom of what really happened back then. As long as we keep digging, we'll find out what they're really up to.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I let my nerves get the better of me. We'll figure this out one step at a time. As long as we stick together, we'll get to the truth eventually.
I hope they make another Pirate Warriors game soon, so I can play through the newer story stuff.
Lady Sarah, we've been attacked.
I read that too quick. I thought he said, Lady Sarah, we've been cooked.
The ritual was interrupted. We've also heard that the Overseer, he...
How many times have I told you? What you see with your own eyes isn't necessarily the truth. All you need to do is remain faithful. That's it.
This is an interesting voice. Like, she's very nasally, but also doing that, like, back of throat kind of like, ah, yes. But she's doing it like, ah, yes.
My lord, is everything on schedule?
That memory, I already have it.
What?
The plan can proceed.
Yo. Does that mean Vera gets to come back? That would be cool. That was her sister, right? Turn to your room and rest. Yo, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm guessing this is Yuzuha or whatever that girl's name was that you guys were talking about. Yay. Okay, I get it. You don't have to... Okay. Red-haired girl with raccoon backpack. Okay. Cool. What's that? What did that say? Function Boo Box. What is that? Bangbu self-employment facility under the Marcel Group. Proxies can use Cloud Crest to hire Bangbu stationed at the Swabian Temple. Okay. Yay! We did it! We did it, everybody! Yay! Tanuki, not raccoon. So she has huge balls? Because that's really the only difference. Yeah, use Boo Box to get S rank Bangbu for temple maintenance. I see. What? Yeah, you didn't know? Tanuki have giant balls. They even have them in, whatever that Ghibli film is. Not My Neighbor Totoro. I don't remember. But, yeah, it's like a Tanuki family. And they got big balls. As you level up, the temple will be revamped. Okay, cool. I will not do that on screen so that you guys don't have to sit through that. But while we have a little bit of time left, let's do... let's see if we can't invite Ben to a movie. Do you do the quality time, I think?
Are we heading out now? I'm ready to go.
Free roam. What's in the water? Professional habits. None of these seem like the right thing. Yo, who was it who talked about inviting Ben to the movie? Was that Kenny? Kenny, if you're there, how did you do that? Wouldn't be the invite thing, would it? It's from the movie event? But I thought the movie event didn't include Ben. I played through the whole movie event. Think you quality time him and go to the movie theater. Huh. Well, we'll give it a shot. Kenny, we need you. Not sure.
Do you need me to act all tough and fierce while we're on the road?
It's something we'll try. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, it's not like it'll really matter. Alright. Oh, I can also take off these stupid clothes. How do I do that? Did somebody, one of you message me or something? Okay. I'll look at that later. Where? I don't remember how you change the clothes. You can date people there, like the flower shop, I think. Oh, whatever. I'll figure out how to change Wise's clothes later.
Be careful when you're running.
Alright, this is not the theater, right? This is the theater. Come on in, man. Complete a floral design interaction once. Yeah, this doesn't appear to be it. Alright. Well, let's go over here and see what the deal is. Invite the agent to take part in the Dew Gardening Shop Floral Design Interaction event. Okay.
Such delicate work. I'm willing to give it a try.
When walking around, hit up on the D-pad. Okay.
All disturbances will fade away.
Ooh, very nice.
Not too shabby. What a surprise.
Okay. Okay, so if you can do that, it seems like there's something Ben's interested in nearby. But what? Oh. Is it the is it the bike? What? What did he say? It was...
To be honest, as a regular business person, I have regular hair care. Is that surprising?
Is there really? I don't know. I don't know how Kenny achieved it. How Kenny achieved this? Because I can't talk to her. Can't do anything in here. Hello, I'm late, but I'm here. Ah, perfect, Brandon. Just in time for me to leave. Yeah, I don't know. This is... It's a mystery. Alright, hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see... He said there was a way to invite him to the movie.
If you're tired, how about I go buy you a bottle of water?
There's an event of the Cinema. And this is from an old thread. They're just talking about the actual... Yeah, I don't... I'll go to Luminous Square. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see if Kenny comes back at some point. We'll see how he did it. But yeah, it doesn't appear that we can invite him to the movie. And there's no other movie theater, right? So I don't know. I think that's kind of it. Well, we tried, but for now, there will be no movie for us.
Are we heading out now? I'm ready to go.
Oh wait, maybe we can see it in here. No. It's not listed in here. Was it one of these? Maybe it was a quiet day. Maybe we already did it and I just didn't remember. What? Did we get a new one suddenly? Okay. Alright. Well, in any case, thank you all so much for being here. It was a lovely time as always. And we will now find someone to raid. If you haven't been here for the other times I've said it, next month is going to be my my year streamiversary, my 1 year. I will be taking melatonin and hot sauce at your discretion if you donate $1 or more, and I will be trying to stay up and stream for 24 hours. So, it'll be a very fun time. We have lots of fun guests coming on. Tons of people. It should be a crazy, wacky time. So, please show up if you'd like to see that. But thank you all. Friday we will be doing Insanity 000. Thank you for following. Very much appreciated. And yeah, Friday we'll be finally going back to God of War. I know it's been a while, but we will be God of Warring. Alright, this is let's see. Let's go for this person. Alright. Thank you all so much. Like I said, we will be back Friday. We will be having a good, fun time. So, I will see you all then. Thank you for being here, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.